Welcome to SB Nation's NBA Power Rankings, now in convenient video form. For the second straight week, the Memphis Grizzlies are the #1 team in the NBA. They had a nice win over the Lakers, but fell to the Nuggets. Still, they've already beaten the Heat, Thunder, and Knicks, and with a decidedly easier slate of games this week, it would be no surprise to see them back at #1 again next week. The Spurs move up 2 spots to #2, as San Antonio went 3-0 against the Eastern Conference this week, but fell to the Clippers. Tim Duncan is scoring and rebounding more than he has in years, which begs the question, is he a robot? Or rather, was the old robot Tim Duncan replaced with a new robot? The Thunder move up 2 spots as well. They beat the Clippers this week, but lost to the Celtics, who the Spurs defeated. OKC is the second highest scoring team in the NBA, behind only the Heat. The Heat, meanwhile, copy the Spurs and Thunder in moving up 2 spots to #4. They've won 4 in a row and are 6-0 at home, but that may change soon as they've got the Knicks, Nets, and Spurs at American Airlines Arena this week. With 3 teams rising in the top 5, someone's gotta fall. That would be the Clippers and Knicks, who dropped to 5 and 6 respectively. The Clips won impressively at home against Miami and on the road at San Antonio, but have now dropped 3 straight. Still, they boast 5 double-digit scores, with Jamal Crawford leading the way at 18.6 points per game. He doesn't even start. The Knicks had 2 good wins against the Hornets and Pistons, but their defense is crap. They've given up at least 100 points in 3 consecutive games, including 131 to the Rockets in a complete blowout. The Nets move up 3 spots to #7 after 2 impressive displays of defense against the Clippers and Blazers at the Barclays Center. I credit the Jay-Z soundboard. Still, they've got to stop letting teams get back into games if they want to continue moving up in the rankings. Making the biggest jump of the week were the Atlanta Hawks, up 8 spots to #8. Going 4-0 will do that for you, even if 3 of your wins are against the Magic, Bobcats, and Wizards. Let's move ahead a little bit while we wait for the Lakers to start hitting their stride. The Nuggets also make a big leap this week, up 7 spots from 19 last week. Corey Brewer is just a 1/10 of a point away from giving Denver 6 double-digit scores, and they're going to need that kind of balance to compete in the Wild Wild West. So far this season, they've lost 3 and won 4 games twice in a row. Stay tuned next week for more streakiness. The Warriors fall in at #13, also up 7 spots from last week after wins against the Mavs, Nets, and Wolves. But they lost to the Nuggets, and while Steph Curry's points per game are on par with his full season averages, his shooting percentage is down. He and Klay Thompson will have to keep their scoring up if they want to make it back to the playoffs for just the second time since 1994. Moving on, the Rockets and Mavericks fall in the rankings to 18th and 19th respectively. OJ Mayo is holding things together for Dallas as they await Dirk Nowitzki's return from knee surgery, and Vince Carter will have to retain a glimpse of Vinsanity in order to avoid missing the playoffs for the first time since 2000. Vince Carter. Remember when he could dunk? Good times. Shockingly, the Bobcats are up 1 more spot this week as they have already equaled last year's win total of 7. They beat some bad Eastern Conference teams this week and will play on the road at OKC in Atlanta this week, so we'll see if Charlotte is actually legitimate in any way. Down to the bottom of the NBA. The Kings moved up 4 spots to 25 after beating the Lakers and going 1-1 against the Jazz, while New Orleans fell 5 spots to 26 after going 0-4 against the Knicks, Pacers, Suns, and Nuggets. Injuries to Eric Gordon and first overall pick Anthony Davis have stunted the Hornets' growth, but Davis will be back in December to continue his Rookie of the Year campaign and try to help the team improve upon its 21-win performance of last season. We'll see. Finally, the Pistons fall 1 spot to 28, the 3-11 Raptors fall 5 spots to 29, and the Washington Wizards remain in the last spot, losing 2 consecutive overtime games to keep their winless season intact. 0-82, baby! Y'all can do it. Don't feel too bad for DC. They're just watching RG3 until John Wall comes back. That's it for this week's rankings. Who's too high? Who's too low? Let us know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to SB Nation for more shooty hoops. We'll see you soon.